All right, let's talk about one of data science's most powerful and honestly coolest tools, principal component analysis, or PCA. Now, what it really does is help us find the simple, hidden story inside of data that looks overwhelmingly complex.
So let's kick things off with a problem that I'm sure a lot of you have felt. We are just drowning in data these days. But you have to ask, is more always better?
I mean, think about any data set you've worked with. Customer surveys, scientific experiments, you name it. You can easily end up with dozens, maybe hundreds, or even thousands of different features for every single thing you're looking at. And trying to make sense of all of that at once, it just feels impossible.
Yeah, this actually has a pretty dramatic name, the curse of dimensionality. And it's not just some abstract idea. It makes it incredibly hard to even see what's going on, and it can slow down your machine learning models to a crawl, sometimes to the point where they're just not useful anymore.
So this becomes the big question, right? How do we simplify all this complexity? We need a way to boil down all those variables into the few that really matter, the ones that capture the true essence of the data, its structure, its spread, without getting totally lost in the noise.
And this is exactly the problem that PCA was built to solve. Its core idea is actually pretty elegant. Instead of getting overwhelmed by looking at everything all at once, PCA helps us find a new, much more insightful angle to look at our data from.
I love this analogy. Think of PCA like it's creating a greatest hits album for your data, right? Instead of listening to every single song an artist ever recorded, you just get the most important ones, the ones that really define their unique sound. Well, PCA does the exact same thing for your variables.
So how does it actually find these greatest hits? Well, the math behind it can look a little intense, but the core idea is pretty simple. PCA finds that first principal component, we'll call it PC1, by basically drawing a line through your data in the direction where the points are most spread out. You can think of it as the main street of your dataset, the line that captures the most action, the most variance.
Okay, and then for the second component, PC2, it does the same thing. It finds the direction with the next most information. But, and this is the really important part, it has to be at a perfect 90-degree angle to that first component. Each new component we add grabs the most information that's left, giving us this perfectly ranked list of our data's most important directions.
All right, enough theory. Let's get our hands dirty with a simple example to really see how this works. Seeing the numbers really makes it all click.
So take a look at this data set. Super simple. We've got 5 data points and 2 features, x1 and x2. Now, you've probably already spotted the relationship, right? x2 is always just 2 times x1. They're perfectly correlated, which really means one of them is kind of redundant.
Okay, so the actual process to find these principal components follows a pretty clear roadmap. Now, we're not going to get bogged down in all the heavy math, don't worry. We're just going to focus on the why behind each of these steps.
The very first thing we do is center the data. We just find the average for each column and subtract it. That basically just shifts our whole data set so its center is right at 0. After that, we calculate something called the covariance matrix. Now, don't let that name scare you. It's really just a little table that shows us how each variable relates to every other variable.
And now for the part that feels a little bit like magic. We use a process called eigendecomposition on that matrix. You can think of it like finding the data's natural skeleton. And it gives us 2 super important things. First, the directions of the bones, which we call eigenvectors. These are our powerful new axes. And second, it gives us the length of each bone, which we call eigenvalues. This tells us exactly how important each of those new directions is. And for our simple little data set, the eigenvalues are 50 and 0.
And those 2 numbers, 50 and 0, they tell an incredible story. That first value, 50, it accounts for 100% of all the variance in the data. The second one is 0. So this mathematically proves what we kind of suspected just by looking at it. All the important information in our data lies along just one single direction.
And here's the big payoff. This is just brilliant. We've taken our original data, which was in 2 dimensions, right? And we've projected it onto that one all-important principal component. What we have now is a single list of numbers that represents our data perfectly, without losing a single bit of the original information. We've gone from 2D down to 1D.
So we just saw it work on a perfect, almost too perfect example. But what does this amazing power let us do in the messy, complicated real world?
Well, in the real world, this power to simplify is an absolute game changer. All those big problems we started with, too many variables, models running too slow, not being able to visualize anything, PCA helps us tackle all of them. It simplifies things, it speeds them up, and it helps us see patterns we would have missed otherwise.
So picture a real data set. Maybe it's got dozens of features describing your customers. The results aren't going to be a perfect 100%, but you might run PCA and find that just 2 or 3 of these new principal components can still capture, say, 98.7% of all the important information. You've just gone from dozens of dimensions down to 2 or 3. That's huge.
And that's the key right there. It's all about this powerful trade-off that data scientists make all the time. By giving up just the tiny little fraction of the information, we can make our problem drastically simpler and faster to solve. That is an incredible bargain.
You know, when you boil it all down, that's what PCA is really about. It's a tool that lets us change our perspective. By finding the most important directions hidden in our data, we can uncover the simple, elegant story that was there all along, just buried in all that complexity. It really makes you wonder, what else is just hiding in plain sight?